source. And granted, Ricky's trained, but, his source of where he got that, the third-party source, may not be. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to send him a Facebook message here now. If that was by a police officer on the scanner, then I would trust it. But I wonder if that's the 911 dispatcher saying, this is what we're going, somebody go out there. But I just asked him what county on the comment there, so we'll have to wait and see. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, TSU.
C9CIL still here also.
Right on, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it is from a trained source so it can be trusted, but I don't know. I'm thinking if it's just someone calling it in, that it might be, might wind up being, just an SLC. Oh, KC9SQR in case I forgot.
Gary, looking Cleveland's running around out there, huh?
Yeah, right. I don't know. Could be just a scary-looking cloud, but I have no idea. We need to narrow that down a little more.
LQB.
LQB, go ahead.
I do have a little drizzle out here, believe it or not. I don't even really know what this stuff is.
Water fell from the sky. Oh my gosh.
It's either that or we got a lot of birds that are taking the leak.
I second Joe's bird comment.
Yeah, right. Huh. Considering the new reports that we just got, I'm going to be making a phone call. KC9SQ, I'll be right back.
Okay, Will, I'm copying that as well, and I am seeing what he is seeing on radar. Thank God he's out there. I'm looking at what he's watching too, and I'm going to consider, I'm going to fire up National Weather Service chat.
For anyone wondering what we're talking about, someone reported a possible funnel cloud at US 20 and Hoythington. Apparently came over the police frequencies from a dispatcher. So we're trying to verify this and narrow it down a little now.
Okay, we're going to have to keep an eye near, he's saying keep an eye near Byron on radar. I'm having some computer issues. I'm going to switch over to the backup and do a little fast reboot here. It's going slow, but keep a close eye on that Facebook page. He might be posting us a screenshot. Canine TSU.
TSU, KC9CIL, and I'm assuming SQR is at least still within listening range. She may have stepped away for a moment though, but go ahead.
Just throw my call out, let people know we're there. If you're able to watch the Northern Illinois Skywarn page, that might be something to watch. Ricky from Rockford Scanner, he's posting us some information he's hearing on the scanner, so not quite sure what's going on. We're going to, I guess, filter through here and see if anything happens. I'm not seeing anything really on radar that would support rotation, but I don't know. I got to flip through it. I'm looking at 6-minute-old data too, so we'll wait and see here. Hopefully that was an untrained report and it wasn't anything, but we'll still keep an eye on it. However, though, that storm is in the Byron area.
I heard you mentioning that earlier. Sadly, at the moment, other than through my my phone, I do have very, very limited internet usage, but it's slower than Christmas, so it's kind of useless at the moment. But I'm standing out on my porch here, listening to the thunder roll and watching the clouds roll in, and keeping my fingers crossed for everybody anyway, haha.
Okay, Will, if you're there, check your Facebook thing. We may upgrade our condition level. That was, according to, let's see here, Winnebago TAC 1 and the ISP frequencies, a sergeant of the police department reported a funnel cloud. So we're going to keep an eye on that and maybe find out where that is on radar and narrow that down. Will, if you're available, if you're still on the phone, that's okay. If you're off, are you monitoring K9TSU? K9TSU with Northern Illinois Skywarn. Do we have any mobile trained spotters in the Winnebago County area? They are currently mobile.
Severe weather forecast today.
K9TSU, KC9UK, I was monitoring Winnebago TAC 1. It was Illinois State Patrol weather spotter that stated that they were monitoring those clouds down there and there was nothing just south of 20 there.
MCS, was that, okay, acknowledge UNK, and MCS, was that you? Or whoever that was. Okay, I think that was Eric. I know your battery was low. Okay. If you need to, send me a text, Eric, if you're only able to hear it. But, Kelsey, are you still monitoring that TAC 1?
That's affirmative.
And have they had anything else going on? Do they have somebody on that right now? Or are they just not really reporting a whole lot on that? Because it's, I listened in for a second, and then like an idiot, I deleted it out of my scanner because I only had it in the VFO. But so I wasn't able to hear all that. Do you have any more information on that? I mean, it sounds like they were kind of saying funnel cloud, and then they were saying no.
Yeah, that's correct. The initial report came from Winnebago County Sergeant. There was a couple trained spotters with the Winnebago County Sheriffs, along with the Illinois State Patrol officer who was in the area where the cloud system was spotted. And Illinois State Patrol trained weather spotter advised dispatch that it was nothing.
Okay, so we have two conflicting reports, so that's always fun. Okay, thanks, Kelsey. I'll monitor that as well. Since I deleted it, what's that TAC 1 frequency again? Let me just flip over to the VFO on my other radio. Do you know that TAC 1 frequency offhand?
154, 755.
154-755. That was easy. Copy that. I got a phone call from Eric, K9TSU.
I copy that, KC9, okay, clear monitoring.
Stand by. Okay, all stations, we're going to be moving to condition yellow at this time. Please stand by. Okay, my internet is being really stupid, so we will switch modes in a moment when I can get my phone to refresh and do this from my phone. If anybody else is out there and wants to punch it, go ahead. But at this time, I'm going to read the opening script, Okay, at 5:55 p.m.,
Skywarn,
K9TSU has
weather,
brought Northern
net,
Illinois
yellow.
Skywarn into ready mode, condition yellow. This means the conditions are such that activation may occur in the near future. Conditions or weather events in the area or near our area warrant this condition yellow status. Members that plan on going out mobile spotting should call Net Control and tell them where they plan to deploy. Please do so now. Any members that wish to ride along with someone or have someone ride along with them should make the arrangements privately now. This is not a full activation. Deployment is on a voluntary basis, but myself, Net Control, will take their reports and supply weather data. The repeater is somewhat restricted. Please clear all your traffic through Net Control. There we go. Stay tuned for further activations and updates. However, you need not be a member of Northern Illinois Skywarn to submit reports, but you must be a trained spotter and completed the basic spotter training as outlined by KLOT Weather Forecast Office. This is K9 Tango Sierra Uniform. We're operating condition yellow because we are getting some conflicting reports from law enforcement about a possible funnel cloud. However, they are conflicting. We will be investigating the situation. We do have spotters in the area. This is K9 TSU, Northern Illinois Skywarn 556.
November 9, Mike Charlie Sierra, mobile, checking in.
All right, Eric, if you don't mind, are you mobile headed toward that possible location there of the possible funnel cloud?
Right now on an intercept course, we're going to be heading south. We're going to be heading towards Baxter 939 right now.
Copy that. Thanks very much, and thank you to anybody else who's assisting you as well. We'll have you checked in, and spotters, checking in is not necessary at the time, but if you are mobile and spotting, we would appreciate you checking in case something were to happen. We can keep track of you. Thanks, sir. K9 TSU, Net Control. From Net Control. Negative copy.
9 MCS, the Net Control.
MCS.
I'm over here at bypass 20 in Alpine at the present time. I just want to let you know I am looking to my west what could appear to be what you consider a funnel cloud, but is definitely scud at this time. We may go and investigate.
Can I have the location one more time, please, Eric?
Bypass 20, US 20 east and Alpine Road. Now we're turning around, going westbound on 20. What could have been a possible funnel cloud. It looks like scud at this time. Not seeing any rotation for my map, but I am at a distance at this time.
Okay, I do see where you're looking. Let me place a marker here. I do want you to be careful of one area. About 3 miles to the west of Byron, well, by now it's about 3 miles to the northwest of Byron, there is a possibility of 1-inch hail as indicated by radar, so do be careful of the area, and copy that.
Roger that. The storm I'm seeing right now is we're now heading westbound on 20 from Alpine. It looks like it's at my 1 o'clock position, like a lowering of the clouds and that, but once again, we're going to see if it spins and we'll call it in.
Copy that.
If anybody else is looking right now, if you're in the city of Rockford proper, look due to your west, you're looking at some lowering of the clouds. I want to say at this point it's scud, but like I said, until I get up and close and personal, I don't want to say anything more.
Copy that. We're getting a new special weather statement out of this at some point. Let me read that in a moment. Stand by for a new weather statement. .59 p.m. This is for Winnebago and Ogle County. 5:56, the National Weather Service issued a special weather statement for Ogle and Winnebago counties. At 5:56, the National Weather Service operator indicated a strong thunderstorm 5 miles south of Winnebago, moving to the northeast at 15 miles per hour. nickel-sized hail and winds to 50 miles per hour, frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, brief heavy downpours are all possible with this storm. Cities and towns affected: Winnebago, Rockford Airport, and Rockford. Also, I-39 between mile markers 115 and 120. Gusty winds may cause small objects and branches to be blown down and loose objects to be blown around. Stay away from high objects outdoors, such as trees. Heavy rainfall could lead to standing water on roadways and poor visibility. Seek shelter in a sturdy structure until the storm has passed.
Control, KC9, UNK.
UNK?
Hey Vince, just letting you know I'm still monitoring Winnebago TAC 1. They haven't mentioned any further as far as that.
Thanks, Kelsey. Yeah, I finally got that on myself. I just put it on the other radio. Thanks for giving me that frequency. Do appreciate it. Yeah, it's conflicting reports, and as Eric mentioned, it could be a false funnel, but sometimes you never know. Sometimes it's best to go investigate. Thanks again.
Yeah, copy that. KC9 UNK, be clear monitoring. TSU.
MCS?
Yes, sir. We're also seeing a large cloud structure which is detached from the main storm, which is Scud. It's constantly changing shape. We're over here now at 20 and Route 2, which is South Main Street by the airport. We're seeing some protrusions coming out of this Scud, which could be considered funnel clouds too. But kind of eerie looking, but we're still heading west. Going to get a better look at it.
Okay, copy that. If you do need any radar information at any point, feel free to call in. And I've got the street level maps and stuff, so I know within a few miles about where you're at, and you're pretty much in the right spot. However, I don't really see anything that would rotate on radar. However, there could be some weak rotation in that area. Very weak, though, but you never know. Thanks again, Eric. K9 TSU. Condition yellow, ready mode.
Starting to see that area of Scud starting to dissipate. It's almost gone at this point.
Skywarn, weather, net, yellow.
Nature of the beast. Might be there again in a minute or two. You never know, but I do appreciate that. And being there is a special weather statement on it, I suppose that there is a possibility, not trying to nowcast or anything. I know it drives people nuts, but do be careful because this could go warned at any point. Just to the fact that it does have a special weather statement and it has winds of 50 miles per hour in it, and nickel-sized hail, so we'll have to keep an eye on that as well, and I'll let you know if something else does come up, and if it does, we'll link Fishhart.
Roger that. Yeah, that like I was reporting, that area of Scud is in an area of concern as well, lowering of the clouds. No, definition of wall cloud or anything like that yet, but like I said, we're getting closer to it. We're keeping an eye on it. Approximate position at this point is 20 and Montague, just east.
I see right about where you're at, K9 TSU. And we are in condition yellow. The frequency is not restricted at this point. However, we are asking casual traffic to defer for a little bit. We're trying to coordinate some spotters to investigate some conflicting reports. This is K9 TSU with Northern Illinois Skywarn. Anybody with priority traffic, please do feel free to call it to net control.
K9 TSU, net control, KC9 UNK.
Go ahead.
Hey Vince, what direction is that storm system moving?
Northeast, as in could possibly affect Rock County.
Copy that, KC9 UNK.
Yeah, keep an eye on the 440 machine. I think it might be Dan as MOD. He might go to condition green or something. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on it. K9 TSU. It'd be a while before it gets in that area, though. Again, we are in condition yellow, ready mode with Northern Illinois Skywarn. Please stay tuned to the frequency. We do have a PL of 114.8 and a positive offset for Winnebago and Boone counties and surrounding areas if needed. You need not be a member to submit reports, but you must be trained as outlined by the KLOT office. This is K9TSU, Kilo 9 Tango, Sierra Uniform Monitoring. SQR TSU.
K9TSU, KC9SQR, what's up?
I didn't feel like typing. Did you say you were thinking about the airport?
That area, yeah.
That would be perfect. That's in the projected path thing. That would be a real good spot to go.
Good deal, that's what I was thinking. I'm just waiting for the vehicle to get here.
Copy that. I'm working on getting my Geo Level 3 storm track thing to come up, and then I can even get you an exact time that it will hit the airport. K9 TSU.
TSU MCS.
Go ahead, Eric.
Moving off Centerville Road and Kelly Road, just looking at it a little bit more. Most of the scud is dissipated now. There is a little bit of scud, but nothing anybody's going to be able to write home about on this at this time.
Copy that. Thanks very much. I think at this time, when this thing does pass through Winnebago, I want Jared, KV9E, if you're in there, this thing's probably, this thing will be in Winnebago within the next 15 minutes or so. I believe he's in Winnebago. Jerry, if you're in there, if you could maybe pop in there, we'd appreciate that. There could definitely be some gusty winds with this by the time it hits Winnebago. Will, I copied that.
K9TSU.
KC9SQR.
KC9VLS and KC9SQR.
Will, you copy that? I'll stand by.
K9TSU to KC9SQR.
Skywarn, weather, net, yellow.
K9TSU, KC9SQR.
There you are.
Hey, is airport still looking like that sweet spot? I don't have radar with me at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much, if you wanted to shoot right between right between Winnebago and Rockford. That would probably be the spot to go. It seems to be Quad Cities is putting it more toward Winnebago, the city, while MKX is putting it more toward Rockford. So pretty much anywhere there is going to be a decent spot.
On Kelly Road, heading westbound, just past Meridian.
And are you headed home, Eric, or are you going to keep an eye on the storm?
Continuing westbound on Kelly.
That answers my question.
KC9SQR westbound on Marcasano.
Roger that. And everybody, do keep in mind, you have a new cell popping up in Carroll County that could put it in the Winnebago County area within 50 minutes to 1 hour. That's not severe at this point, but it is small. However, they all start small. This is K9TSU. K9TSU. Not to be a downer, guys, but that storm is really just falling apart. It's really falling apart under itself. It's probably downdraft dominant at this point. But, however, do keep in mind that, like I said, there is a cell that's tracking toward Freeport. But the way that everything is going, it tracks toward Freeport. It's probably, by the time it gets to the Freeport area, it's going to be diving a little bit more south, which would probably put it, instead of going into the Stevenson County area, probably more into the Winnebago County area. Within, like I said, maybe 50 minutes to an hour, hour and 10 minutes or so. So we'll keep an eye on that as well.
What is she weakened down to now?
Heavy shower. It's coming. Like a maximum of 47 dBz, so it's kind of a moderate downpour. I don't think there's anything really interesting in it. It literally within the past 6 minutes, in the last 2 frames I've gotten, it went to almost nothing. However, like I said, there is a little bit of stuff off to the west yet.
Roger that. Just west of Falconer Road on Kelly.
This is K9TSU Northern Illinois Skywarn. Copy that, Eric. Nick and Will, where are you guys at? And are you seeing anything worth it? Anything somewhat interesting?
Not at the moment, but we're currently on Central heading to West 8th Street, and we're going to head a little more west.
Feel free, K9TSU.
K9TSU, KC9WCW.
WCW.
Hey, I've been monitoring you guys for the last little bit here. I happened to be out and about. I thought I'd let you know where I was at. I'm on US 20, just west of Alpine Road.
Just for my reference, so I can narrow it down a little bit on my radar screen, is that on the east side or the west side of Rockford?
Yeah, I'm west of Alpine, heading west, so I'm coming up to, I'm on US 20, and I'm heading up to, heading west, so I'll be hitting Route 2 here in just a couple minutes.
K9TS2, copy that. Found it on my radar, thank you very much. Yeah, if you do happen to see something interesting, feel free to yell at us. Otherwise, I think this is probably downdraft dominant. Probably not going to see a whole lot of anything too interesting out of this anymore. And sorry about that, I give harmonic interference to my other radio, which is on TAC 1. Sorry about the static, but otherwise I think all of our next possible maybe storm that could have potential to produce anything is a little bit off to our west yet. But we'll monitor, and everyone who's out mobile, thank you very much. K9TSU.
How's the storm structure of the storms down there in Ogle County, Vince? And then MCS to K9TSU. How's the storm structure holding up down there in Ogle County?
Skywarn, weather,
coming in
yellow.
Near Dixon within about 15 minutes or so. And that stuff looks like it should creep up in Ogle County. Otherwise, that pathetic little set, well, it's kind of pathetic now that's going into Rockford that you guys were looking at, that came out, that was Ogle County stuff, if you want to call it that. But otherwise, the stuff that's going into Ogle County or will be in Ogle County momentarily within 15 minutes or so, it's going to be southwestern Ogle County. That looks somewhat impressive, some higher returns. However, the tops aren't that terribly tall on them. Okay, I take that back. The tops are somewhat tall. They're around 59,000 feet. But the vertically integrated liquid doesn't seem too great, so I think those are probably just a gusty wind downdraft maker type thing. So not too impressive yet, but some of them have developed and some of them have weakened further, so we'll have to wait and see.
Notice the vehicle temperature display is down to 80 degrees, so these storms are definitely sucking the energy out of the atmosphere.
Good, 80 degrees. Still got 83. That sounds really nice.
Today we thought we'd see 80 degrees and say it was cool out.
No kidding. But, yeah, when you have 101, that... Wow, today I had a high of 101, and it's still hot in here, so time to turn some more fans on. Yep, that storm that's going through Rockford, you're going to get some rain out of it. That's a positive note, but otherwise, if that thing throws anything severe out of it, then I'll be darned because radar's broken. It is really dissipated to a shower. Like I said, however, stuff out to our west and to our southwest, if that decides to curve a little bit more toward us, that would be our next possibility. K9TSU, I'm going to leave it in condition yellow for just a little bit longer here until they decide to cancel that special weather statement. Because they do have that special weather statement listed as active yet, for the 50-mile-an-hour winds and frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, as well as the possibility of nickel-sized hail.
K9TSU, KC9SQR.
SQR.
Yeah, just updating our position. We are currently stationary on the west side of Rockford. Actually, might as well West Dayton Spring, pretty close to the TV transmitters, actually.
I know right where you are. Be a good spot to put a repeater.
Actually, it would be a pretty good spot. The spot I'm at, wide open field, plenty of room for guy wires and all that.
No, I'm saying go up there with a really big hacksaw and cut those antennas off. No, I'm just kidding. get rid of those antennas and replace it with a repeater antenna. Those are some tall towers, but... 1 second here. Special weather statement from Quad Cities Weather Service for Bureau and Whiteside way down there. Where are they looking at? Yeah, those cells that could possibly move into Ogle County do have a special weather statement on them. However, I don't expect them to make it to Winnebago County, but we'll watch the stuff out west. You never know. But you can't call it a Rockford split. K9TSU. A much needed rain.
Severe weather forecast today.
At 6:26 p.m. net control, K9 Tango 3 uniform has brought the standing condition level down to green. Standby. Northern Illinois Skywarn thanks everybody who was out mobile for supplying their updates and for taking the time out of their day, especially around dinner time, to go and do that for us. We appreciate it. Anyone who's checked in is considered checked out. However, you are welcome to stay in the field. And I will be around. We're just going to loosen up our condition level for a little bit because that has turned into just a light shower at this point. However, like I said, possible pop-up cells off to the west. Don't expect anything too significant, but they have been very slowly but surely increasing in size a little bit. So we'll stand down to condition green standby, which means possibility of severe weather in the area. Within the next 6 hours, more specifically within the next hour, hour and a half. This is the K9 Tango Sierra uniform with Northern Illinois Skywarn. We'll be monitoring.